and welcome to the Physio in the Box podcast.
Good morning.
I'm Richard.
And I'm Vanessa.
And we're on a bit of a blustery morning walk with the dogs this morning, but Bentley and Bramble.
No,
Bramble. Oh no, that's so sad.
Last year, darling.
This is Bumble. That was our fault.
It's nothing like tears. It's 6:10 in the morning.
Oh, on that sombre note.
Okay.
Never mind. So we're walking in doing our daily dog walk, and this morning it's a bit of a blustery morning really. It's a bit grey,
It's still wet.
It's a bit windy, I'm afraid, so the sound quality might not be perfect.
Our golden retriever will shortly not be golden.
Yeah, you'll be two-tone, mud from the waist down probably. But this morning what we were thinking of talking about was keeping mobile, because it's a bit troubling times at the moment with COVID-19 and the
so let's
coronavirus.
talk about where we're at. We are, I don't know what day into the coronavirus chaos.
It's the 18th today, 18th of March 2020.
And over the last week, normal life has sort of continued. What did you were busy at the weekend?
Yeah, I was doing a course at the weekend, my CrossFit Level 1 course, so teaching me to move a bit better, and I think actually it'll help me an awful lot teaching other people to move a bit better as well. It gives you some different cues, gives them different ideas, freshens you up a bit as well, and taught me how I don't actually move as well as I thought I did.
And if you know our family, you would have seen on the Facebook site yesterday that we have 2 teenage boys who normally do an extensive array of activities, sporting activities, with school and at home, and they've all been cancelled. So if you've got sporty kids in your house, you'll know that the prospect of them not doing any exercise is quite a fearful one.
Yeah.
So last night we had our own WOD, as it's called in CrossFit, workout of the day in the living room. We have a rowing machine that lives in our living room anyway. It's a delightful feature.
Which Ness loves. But we've not come up with a good alternative yet, have we?
Well, we live in a cottage.
Apart from Rust, and Rust is a good alternative for you, isn't it? Really?
It's not an option. So we live in a cottage up in the in Monmouthshire, which we're trying to renovate, and we knocked some rooms through, and the rowing machine was in the room, and I said, "Where's that going?" And the boys went, "There." Just
there. It's a feature.
It is. And it's a 3-to-1 outnumbered. They all row. I don't. Tough, really, isn't it?
Well, it's
so
not
we put
tough.
some lights on it at Christmas.
We decorate it at Christmas.
Yeah.
We might stick some eggs on it at Easter.
Yeah. But we're well aware. Most people, I'm thinking pretty much everyone else, send us a picture if you do, so I'm not the only one who allows it to happen. Most people don't have a rowing machine in their living room.
No, so you're very good, I must say. You're very tolerant of us.
So as we enter this period of isolation, most people probably don't want to go on a rowing machine. I certainly don't.
You did last night, though.
I know. We're going to discuss how to keep you going. Keep you active, really.
Keep you mobile. And we thought, first of all, we just discuss why is this so important. And it's because this is especially prevalent to people obviously over the age of 70 or who have coexisting health issues which might make you more susceptible to COVID-19, because you're the ones being asked to stay indoors, self-isolate, all the rest of it. People who are still active and mobile and participate in exercise, this is probably less relevant to you because you're keeping active, you're keeping strong, etc. But if you're stuck indoors, it's very easy just to sit down all day, read a book, watch TV, surf the internet, etc. And it's just not that great for you, because if it's just going to have an impact in terms of, what we're looking at, muscle strength, balance, joint flexibility, muscle flexibility.
I think it's important people realise, and everyone's having an education in science at the moment anyway, that your body is made up of systems, and systems that interact. And if you don't use the systems, your balance system, your musculoskeletal system, your body is quite lazy and things are going to get weaker.
Well, just in terms of your digestion as well.
And just
your general well-being, you just feel, rubbish, no?
Yeah.
I'll go this way, shall we?
Really do. We're going that way, going in the motorway.
Yeah, we're going in the motorway. I'm going to have to hose him down anyway, so. So, the idea of keeping mobile when you're isolated, I can't say strongly enough how important it is. So what we're going to start, actually, let's talk about the falls framework first.
So there is a national falls framework in the UK. Now, I know a lot of people, not pointing to any of our family members in particular, who would say, I'm very fit and active and this doesn't apply to me because I'll go out and I'll do the gardening and I'll do that. But if you're fit and active, you're particularly at risk, because all those little clubs that you do to, all those people you pop out and see, the coffee at San Pierre, the golf club near us, there's a lot of problems with people not being able to do that, obviously. So there's this national falls framework which has certain sort of measures, simple measures of things that you need to be able to do so you're not at risk of falling.
So why is falling important, first of all?
Well, the falling costs the NHS millions, because the problem with a fall is you're highly likely to fracture a hip.
Yes, it's not all about money.
Sorry?
It's not all about costing the NHS millions, it's more about sort of fracturing hips, really, isn't it?
Well, it is. But what I'm saying is they measure that in the cost to the NHS. Poor NHS, it's having a kicking. It's working so hard. So no, not in the monetary terms, but that's how they can measure.
But it's the risk of injury, isn't it, associated with falling?
And the risk of being immobile then, and developing other infections, particularly chest infections, if you're then immobile. So if you can't do these things that are part of the falls framework, the ability to stand on one leg, and there's a certain amount of steps you take to turn 360, it means your balance and your musculoskeletal system are weakening.
So first of all then, what are those tests then? So what are those things that people can do to test if they're at risk of falling?
Right, so one of the first ones, let's not overload everyone, I'd say the first thing that we want to go through, that a number of people go, most of them say, I'm not very good at that. When we have patients in the clinic, and one of the first things we'll do...
Can you stand on one leg?
Can you stand on one leg? And what do you get?
Oh, my balance is shocking. I've never been very good at it.
Yeah. You need to be able to stand on one leg for at least 5 seconds.
Without being too wobbly, really.
Yeah. And if you go back on our Facebook page, there's actually a little video of me demonstrating this in the mud in Tintin.
Yeah, actually there was.
So it's a very simple measure. Now, we are not for one, don't just go and stand on one leg. Go to your kitchen work surface, hold on so you're nice and stable, have a chair next to you so you can sit down if you need to. Hold on.
It's squelchy. Might be picking us up on it. We are walking through a bit of a bog at the moment.
Hold on 2 hands and lift one leg up. All right, that's what you do when you walk.
But you got to try and let go then.
You do, one hand at a time.
Yeah. So don't put yourself at risk of falling over. If you can't do it, you can't do it, and it just means that we just got to practice that. Sit, Bumble, sit. Good boy, off you go.
I think it's a bit of a bog. It's a bit like swamp.
Yeah.
Shrek.
So we're going to challenge our balance now.
Yeah.
So yes, corner of the kitchen work surface with chair behind you, say. So you're in support, well supported. You can save yourself if you have a bit of a wobble, so you don't fall over. And how long should you stand on one leg, do you say?
You need to be for at least 5 seconds. That's when you're doing it unsupported to decrease your risk of falling. So I get patients to practice, if you're holding on with one hand, do it for 10 seconds.
The good thing is, if you are in isolation, you've got plenty of time to do all this stuff now.
So please, with all of the stuff we're going to put out on our videos, and don't just have these little things. These are things that you're not going to ask your body to regularly do. Because if you regularly go out and chat with friends, you'll probably meet them in the street and you'll chat. You'll go to the supermarket and you'll stand at the till. You need to have another place a dedicated time for doing this. What we want to is get people fit in isolation, really.
Yeah, getting fitter. And actually, if you can come out of this isolation period a little bit fitter, a little bit stronger, a bit more aware of where your limitations are, then that's actually a good thing, because you can work on that and stay active into older age.
And for all our patients in Chepstow and Monmouthshire who now tell me, who, like myself, I'm not a great one at dedicating time for exercise, who tell me it's been really busy, they've been running the kids around and they haven't got time, that excuse is firmly off the table.
So if you're super keen then, and that's standing on one leg test, first of all, can you stand on one leg for 5 seconds on each side, is a good starting point. But if you're super keen, there's also the stand up and walk test as well, isn't it?
Well, you've got to be able to do the sit to stand before that, really.
Okay.
So another exercise you'll see us put on our video is the sit to stand. So
gosh. I just lost my foot. Right, okay, sorry.
It's really muddy in the woods around Charlotte this morning. So sit to stand is exactly that. It's going from sitting in your chair to standing up.
Without the use of your arms.
Yeah, but to start with,
you can use your arms.
Use your arms.
Yeah.
This is dependent on your chair. If you have a super comfy old armchair that you sink down into,
not a good choice.
So, if you are unable to do a sit to stand with ease, again, then we've got to look at your leg function.
Leg strength.
Yeah.
And that leads us neatly on.
Yeah.
Actually, not mean to cut across you there, but that sit to stand, being able to do it without the use of arms, just pushing through your legs. That's a good measure of balance again and lower limb strength.
Yep, it is.
So, what we're going to propose to do is we're going to try and release an exercise video every day on our Facebook site and through social media, etc. So to try and improve your strength during this period, or at least maintain it, so that when you come out of isolation you can go back to golf or yoga, Pilates, running, walking, whatever you normally do, hopefully with a little less drama.
Because if you sit for 3 months, it's going to cause problems. I mean, a lot of the time, most of my patients who come along and get an insidious onset of an injury. So you get patients coming in.
What do you mean by insidious onset then?
Sorry, they're coming in and they're like, I didn't do anything. I've done exactly the same thing as I've always done, and suddenly really
low hanging branch.
I'm not sure I'm going to have to get through there unless I swim, though.
Stay at the shallow end.
They haven't done anything. If you track back in their history, if they haven't increased their training, it's normally something has happened. There's been a change in the job. So they've had a promotion, which in this world means you sit more than you do the thing you were trained for. They might have had a family member unwell. It's where there's been a prolonged sudden change in activity level. So there's been a decrease in their day-to-day stuff. They couldn't get to the gym anymore. And that's what this period of time is talking about. So what we don't want is post-coronavirus in a few weeks, hopefully months' time, everyone coming out and saying, oh, I can't run anymore, I can't cycle anymore.
I'm stiffened up, I'm not strong, you know.
So just because you are normally a big runner and a crossfitter and stuff doesn't mean these little proxy exercises, as my patients call them, are not useful, because they are.
Yeah, but let's face it, we are going to pitch this to people who are over the age of 70 and probably with some coexisting medical problems. So hopefully they'll be easy enough to do if you've got heart problems or respiratory problems. That said, if you find them too difficult, let us know. If you feel like if they're too challenging, let us know, and we'll try and rein things in a little bit for you.
Yeah. Send us with your problems.
Send us your problems. If you feel like you can't do what we're asking you to do, we're more than happy to answer any questions or perhaps make things a bit more bespoke to you. Okay, but what we're going to do is these exercises, we're going to probably look at strength and flexibility and balance as our probably core areas of trying to maintain physical fitness. And what we thought is we'd release an exercise every day, targeted one or maybe one or two of those areas.
Yeah.
The idea being we can build up like a bank of exercises, so you can pick and choose, or we can amalgamate exercise on some days to have a combination of a workout of the day, maybe a bit like to use a CrossFit term, but it might just be a single exercise, that we do a couple of times that day, just to try and maintain that strength and flexibility.
And it's not going to take you hours. It'd be really good if you could repeat it a couple of times in the day. We can put it back on later in the day to make you do it. And I'm not going to say these are, this is not going to be the most exciting thing you've ever done, but we do need to.
Oh, let's face it, they're going to be pretty boring. It's no walk in the country. This one, there's nothing to see. It's going to be utilitarian, but hopefully it'll have some good health benefits.
And if you want us to discuss this, if you're out there and you've got a family member or you yourself have any issues, say you've got a family member who's recently diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or polymyalgia rheumatica, or there's anything out there and you're sitting there and now you don't even have access to the healthcare because they've stopped or non-essential, sorry, there's an alarm going off. They've stopped non-essential visits. Ask us. We have worked in intensive care, in neurology and orthopedics. So we've got quite an extensive background. So we're walking around the woods every morning. We're happy to chat about it. And the more we've got to chat about it, the happy Bentley and Bumble are.
They have a longer walk.
They do have a longer walk.
So on that note, we'll start posting an exercise of the day today. And please get in touch, probably through our Facebook site, the best option. So you get in touch with our Facebook site, and we can post anything that you think is important. Okay, well, we're going to carry on our walk now, and I have to hasten to add, we've not seen a single soul. We're in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, but then we never saw anyone on our walks in the morning, and we're probably not going to likely to see them now either, when everyone else is in isolation. But hey ho, we have kept at least 1.5 meters between us all the time. But we are husband and wife, so that's probably has been
not
compromised.
Really, no, yeah.
That's a
pheasant. We've lost a dog.
Oh, that's probably the reason the pheasant's just run off. It is actually the reason the pheasant's just run off. Right, I'm going to go and rescue Bumble. We better say goodbye. On that note, see ya. Bye.